Welcome to Citron's Kitchen. Today we are making a delicious savory stew bean. Traditionally, this is a West African recipe, however, I will be tweaking it to my liking. First thing first, we are going to boil some kidney beans. Do yourself a favor, do not take the easy way out and use canned beans. Go ahead and just use kind of like, dry beans and boil it. After your beans are washed and water is added to a pot, go ahead and sprinkle in some salt. It does not matter what kind of salt you use. I don't have iodine salt, so I am using sea. As your beans boil, you are going to want to dice in a whole onion. I will be using my food processor. However, if you do not have a food processor, you could just go ahead and use your knife to do this. After your onions are diced, minced in some garlic, and then transfer half of your onions and garlic into a small bowl and leave the remainder in a food processor. If you don't have a food processor, you may want to use a blender for this next step. Depending on the amount of beans you are using will determine how many tomatoes you need. Since I am using about a cup of beans, I will be dicing 2 tomatoes and adding it to my food processor so that I can make a tomato puree. Alright, this next step is not really necessary. However, since I had a bell pepper, I did not want it to go to waste. I will be using half of it. I am using a yellow bell pepper. However, if you have any other color, you feel free to use it. So dice half of a bell pepper and place it to the side. To make your stew beans, drizzle some oil in a skillet. Traditionally, palm oil is used for this recipe. However, I don't like the taste of palm, so I will be using olive oil. After adding in your oil, add in your peppers and onion and garlic. Allow the added ingredients to cook down for a minute or two before adding in your cooked beans. Give everything a nice mix and allow it to cook for 3 to 4 minutes before adding in your seasoning. This is the main ingredient to make your stew beans very flavory. The chicken bouillon. Following the chicken bouillon, add in some garlic powder and onion powder. As always, season to your liking. As you are seasoning, I would encourage you just to kind of taste the beans, just to kind of see what's missing, and whatever is missing, just go ahead and add it. Once your seasoning is added in, go ahead and pour in your tomato puree. And add in more seasoning if needed. Normally I would use Cheeto pepper sauce to add in some spice. However, I did not have any, so I will be using my Scotch bonnet pepper sauce. Once the seasoning and flavoring is there, reduce your heat on low to medium and just allow your stew beans to cook down for about 10 to 15 minutes. So to really enjoy your stew beans, you have to make some fried plantains. So I will be frying some plantains as my beans cook down. Sweet plantains could be difficult to fry simply because they break down. I have inserted a picture of how ripe my plantains were before I began to fry them. And that is it. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. If you did, leave a comment below and like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.